Hello friends, welcome to Cooking with Gail, and we are going to be cooking up something perfect for today's weather here in East Tennessee. I don't know about you guys, but here where we live we got a little bit of snow, not a lot. I know my friends that live up north would laugh, but you know, we get excited here in the south when we get any snow at all. And so anyway, but we have about maybe a ½ inch left. We had about an inch and a half this morning when we got up, but it was beautiful because it was stuck to all the trees everywhere, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful snow. And so I was super excited when I got up and saw it. Of course, you know, I don't get near as excited as I used to when I was teaching, because you know, when it snows in East Tennessee, usually the schools don't have to go, and so we get an extra vacation day. So, but anyway, that doesn't apply to me anymore, but you know what? After 30 years in the classroom, you still get excited when you think your fellow teachers are going to get to have a day off. But anyway, it's a beautiful snow still. It's still stuck to the trees some, and it's on the rooftops. And so anyway, but I just love snow. And so I'm making something perfect for a snowy day. I got lots of folks jumping on here. Hello, everyone. I hope you've had a great day today in this cold weather if you're here in East Tennessee and some other areas too. I know they're still really cold. But we're going to make some chili tonight. And I'm going to be using a Pampered Chef. Hey, Melinda. Hi there. Reach out to me and say hello. I'd love to hear from you guys when you're watching. Anyway, we're going to make some chili, but we're also going to make some bread bowls to eat our chili out of, or eat our chili with, basically. And it's a really easy way that you can make bread bowls. Thank you, Penny. Thank you. I did get it cut again. It just keeps getting shorter because it's easier. But anyway, we're going to use some pizza crust, refrigerated pizza crust that you can pick up at the store anytime. I just happened to have this on hand, and I thought, you know, we're going to do something a little different, not just make basic chili. So we're going to do our bread bowls first, and so we can get those in the oven and get those baking. So I'm going to tilt my camera down so you can watch what I'm doing here. Let me move this out of the way. I don't think I need that mat on here now because I've already cut up my onion a little earlier. We are going to just take this roll of pizza dough. Now, if you're making chili for a crowd, you're going to need two rolls of this. Then you'll have about 6 bread bowls. But we only have 2 of us in this household that'll be eating tonight. So we're only going to make 3. And my pizza crust dough, it may be a little old. It's been in my refrigerator for a while. It's trying to come apart here, but I think it'll still work okay for this that we're doing. But anyway, let me set this over here and put that in the trash later. You don't want to unroll your pizza dough. Mine tried to unroll on me a little bit, but that's okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a bread knife or any serrated knife that you have, and we're going to cut this into thirds, okay? So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I think that looks good right there, and then probably about right there. So we're just going to slice through, and you have to use like a sawing thing. You don't want to squish it down. And then we're going to cut it again right here. And these are going to be our 3 bread bowls. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on one of my stones, of course, because I love to bake on a stone, especially pizza dough. And we're just going to I'm going to spread them out a little bit here because we're going to press them down to make about a 4-inch circle of our dough. So I'm just going to take my hand and just press gently, pressing it down there. It looks about like 4 inches. See how these will do. We want to keep that pizza dough together. If it tries to unroll on you, just stick it back together. So we're just going to press these down. And of course, when you're using your stone, you want to kind of make sure that you've got your food evenly distributed. That's an important thing to do when you have a stone, because if you put something cold on your stone and stick it in the oven and you have it all in one spot, it can cause your stone to break because of that thermal shock. So we've pressed our pizza crust down a little bit. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of olive oil, and we're going to brush the tops. And then, just to make it a little bit more special, I'm going to actually grate a little bit of fresh Parmesan cheese, and we're going to sprinkle some of that on the top. And that will make our bread bowls be even tastier. All right, so there's our olive oil on the top. And then, of course, I'm going to slide this over to the side, and we're going to get our grater out here, and I'm just going to grate a little bit of, actually I can leave that over. We'll just grate this Parmesan cheese right on top of each bread bowl. And I do have my oven already preheated, so we can stick these right in. They'll need to bake for about 20 minutes probably at 400. We'll just have to check them. So we're just going to grate some of this cheese right on the top. I like a lot of cheese. I know you guys know that. And there we go. Let's get a little bit more on this one. I don't want to be stingy with my cheese because we like cheese. There we go. Now what we're going to do, when these come out of the oven, we're just going to take our bread knife and we're going to slice the tops off and put them in a bowl then, and then add our chili into that. So quick and easy way that you can make bread bowls for soup or chili or whatever occasion you might be wanting a bread bowl. So there we go. We're going to stick these in the oven and set the timer. All right, timer is set so that I do not forget what I'm doing. All right, so now it's time to work on our chili. And I make my own homemade chili. I've made chili the same way for a lot of years, and I always added my own spices. But Pampered Chef actually has a meal packet for chili, and you can follow the recipe on the back, which is basically how I would make chili anyway. But then you add this in for all your seasonings. So there's no measuring out chili powder or cumin or whatever you like to put into your chili, because if you have one of these meal packets. It's called a meal mix, actually, chili meal mix. And right now we have these for sale in a set of 3. You get 3 packets. I think they're like $11. So it's a great deal. And everybody that I know that has tried one of these loves this flavor that it gives your chili. So if you're looking for a quick and easy way to make chili, grab one of these. Let me know and we'll order some for you. And then all we're going to be adding to it, of course, would be we're going to brown up an onion. We're going to put our ground beef in there, or ground turkey, whatever you like to use. Then we're going to add some tomatoes and beans and basically add the mix and a little water, and we've got our chili that'll be ready in less than 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to be using a big old skillet that I have here to put our chili in, because it is plenty deep to make chili or lots of different kinds of stews or anything that you need a little depth. It's not as low as a regular skillet. This is a 5-quart family size skillet from our Brilliance collection. Let me show you the bottom of it. That's our Brilliance collection. It is non-stick. It cleans up better than any cookware I've ever seen. And so we're going to go ahead and get this on the stove. I'm going to go ahead and turn the flame on about medium, and we're going to add a little bit of olive oil, and then we're going to chop up our onion. Just about a tablespoon of oil, whatever kind of oil you have. And now I'm going to direct your eyes right over here. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer, hopefully, so that you can see. You all know what I'm going to show off because we're getting ready to chop up an onion, right? This is my favorite tool for chopping up an onion or chopping up anything. And this is our electric twist and chop. I've already got my onion peeled and quartered. And let me just show you this cup, because it's really, it holds, I believe, about 2.5 cups. And you can chop up anything in here in just a matter of seconds. And I've just been so impressed with this product that came out last fall. And so we're just going to put the blade back in there. The great thing about this thing, it doesn't just go around it. It goes around and around and up and down really fast. So let's drop these onion quarters in here. And then we're just going to turn this thing on, and you're going to see how crazy good this thing works. So we're just going to put the lid on. And I do have it plugged in. As soon as we put the lid on, I don't know if you guys can see from the camera, but these 2 little things at the bottom light up here. That's our power. This is our chopping button, on and off, and this is the pulse. And I usually just use pulse because I don't want to over chop. I like to be able to see what I'm doing. I don't want to make juice out of it. So here we go. And you're going to see how fast. That was a pretty good size onion. I just quartered it, and now it looks like it's ready for my chili. So let's just take the lid off first. When you take the lid off, the power goes off, so there's no accidental coming on and cutting yourself. And then we're going to pull the blade out so you can see. And check this out. Look at that. And you saw how quickly that happened. You know, I just love it. And there's no, I mean, I love all of our choppers, you know, for different jobs. But this one is absolutely phenomenal because it is so fast. All right, so we've got our oil nice and hot over here. And we're just going to break all these onions in and get them sizzling. I like to brown my onions up a little bit before I add anything else. And this is going to be a quick meal tonight, and it's going to be fun because we have the bread bowls, and it's going to be a little different. All right, so we've got our onions in there. Now, let me tell you just a couple things I've used this for besides onions, because I'm like, you know, I don't want to sell you something that you just use for one thing. This thing is great for chopping anything. I have chopped cabbage in it. I have chopped peppers, onions. I have made breadcrumbs out of this. I think last week I put it, y'all have to remind me, I believe I put some croutons in here and we made breadcrumbs. So there's lots of things. I've done graham cracker crumbs for a graham cracker crust. So it's just a fabulous, fabulous chopper. And I will let you know, I'm going to go ahead and unplug that. While I'm doing my onions here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of our specials that we have going on. We do have a lot of things on sale right now, things that are going out of our catalog, that's leaving our catalog and be discontinued. And if you look on the website or look here on our group, you will find some posts about all those items. They are all about 35% off this month while supplies last, because I know several things are selling out really quickly. But anyway, I'm excited about the new season. It's starting on March the 1st. We will have our brand new spring catalog, and I know many of you are anxious to get your hands on one, so you can check it out. But you know, we have some great specials for our host in the month of March, because I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys. It's not long till March 1st, is it? I'm going to tell you about one of our special new products that's coming out. How many of you put it in our chat here if you own one of our deluxe air fryers? We've had it around probably about 5-6 years. It's been a fabulous tool, but if you've looked online lately, you'll notice that it's no longer available. And the reason is because we have a new one coming out, and it's a little bit special because it is not only an air fryer, but it's also a little small oven. So you have two compartments that you can either use as an oven or as your air fryer. And if you host a party with us during the month of March, our host special, of course, you know, we have a 60% off special. Our host special is 60% off your choice, and it even includes that air fryer. So if you're looking at a big item that you've had your eye on, maybe you've been looking at our blender, maybe you've been looking at a skillet on Melinda. I see you're looking at this skillet. The chopper that you looked at just a few minutes ago normally sells for $99, but of course if you host a party, that could be your 60% off item or a half price item. So, you know, anytime you've got your eye on something, I call them our big ticket items, then you can always get some friends together virtually on our virtual site, which is called Table. It's a lot of fun. It's very easy to use. Only thing a hostess has to do is just invite, and you do that by texting or by messaging your friends and sending them a link. It's super, super easy. All right, we've got our onions good to go. Now we're going to put in, I use ground beef when I make my chili. This is lean ground beef. I usually try to get the 93.7 lean, extra lean, because I don't like to drain grease. So there's our ground beef going in. We're going to get out our mix and chop and use that to get this ground beef browning up the way we want it. I need to get a spoon out of here too, because we're going to need that in just a minute. All right, so let's get this ground beef chopped up. I'm going to turn the heat back up a little bit. And we will have this chili going in just a few minutes. Doesn't take long at all. All right, we are going to be adding, of course, our chili packet in just a few minutes, our meal mix from Pampered Chef. And we're going to be adding a can of tomatoes. And the recipe asks you to add 1 can of beans. You know, it depends on how many people you're feeding or how much chili you want to make. So typically I will add 2 cans of chili hot beans. But we're going to do our diced tomatoes first. And I know many of you have seen me, let me scoop this back here. You have seen me use this can opener many times, but just in case I have someone new that has not seen our smooth edge can opener, I'm going to actually tilt this down so you can watch me open this can of tomatoes. This is the best can opener, folks, I have ever used in my life, and I have been around for a while. Been cooking for a lot of years. And what I do like about it, it does not leave a sharp edge on the can or on the lid that comes off. So, you know, when you throw your can away, it doesn't cut that trash bag. So just let me show you how easy it is. Notice it doesn't, it's just got 1 handle, no 2 sides or anything like that. And what makes this unique is you put it on top of the can, not on the side. You lay it down on the top, and then you just sort of twist the wheel here, and it attaches to the can. Then we're just going to keep going, and it's going to go right around on the can. And when we get to the end, now, I don't know if you can see this, but it doesn't look like it's doing a thing, does it? Doesn't look like it is even cutting through, because it's not cutting. It is actually breaking the seal. Now, I just had to give. When I turned, there was a big give there, so I know that I've gone all the way around. I'm going to twist it back 1 turn. Like I said, can't tell that it's open, can you? But this is how we're going to get it open. Notice you have this little pinch, I call it a bird's beak. It looks like a little bird's beak right there. I don't know if you can see it. And then we have a button on the other side that controls that. So we're just going to take that little thing, put it right on the edge, and use the button and pull up. And there you see, no sharp edges. No sharp edges. And it's a wonderful can opener. Easy to use, easy for kids to use, easy for senior citizens like me to use. So, you know, I just love it. And the other thing that's very handy on it is the other side has a little pull thing. Now, I already opened 1 can of my beans, but I'm going to go ahead and open this one. And these don't need the can opener, they just have the pull top. But guess what? I don't want to break my nails opening a can with a pull top. So we can use this other side just to kind of scoop that up and pull it. And then I'm going to turn it around and pull it this way. And now I think I can get it off the rest of the way without damaging any of my nails. And look at that. So super easy to use this for the pull top or a regular can. Let me dump this over here in the trash can. And I'm going to take a peek at our chili bowls. Oh my goodness, they're doing great. They are raising up, and they're going to make beautiful, beautiful chili bowls. Okay, let's get this hamburger brown so we can add the rest of our ingredients to our chili. Like I said, you can do your basic chili mix, chili recipe that you usually do. You just don't have to add any of those seasonings if you have our chili mix, meal mix. So it's a really, and I really like it better. It tastes, I think my chili is so much better now. It has, I know it has cumin, it has chili powder, it has a few other things in there that I can't think of right off the top of my head. But it does sort of have a little sweet taste to it as well, which I really like, sweet and savory together. And so I think it's a great mixture. All right, come on, hamburger. We want to get this done so that folks can see how wonderful this looks when we put it all together. Now, also, I don't know about you guys, but when I make chili, we like to put toppings on our chili. So I know I'm going to have to shred up some cheddar cheese. I like a little sour cream on top of mine also. If I had green onions, that would be a nice topping also. I don't think I have any of those, but we got onions in our chili anyway. But tell me what your favorite chili topping is. Hi, Susan. I see my friend Susan out there. I see lots of people that come, and I really like it when you say hello to me. Hey, Sherry and Cindy. How are you guys doing? I just wonder how many of you all got snow. We got some today, not enough to really enjoy to go out and play in it, but it sure is pretty. So, all right, this beef is just about ready. And then we're going to add in our tomatoes. Just another minute or so. Got to get all that pink out of that. So be sure you let me know what you're having for dinner tonight. And if you've got a good chili recipe, share that with me. I might want to try your chili recipe because this one is so simple. You may have something that's better than what I do. So I love to see that. Tell me what you're having for dinner. I just like it when you guys share things with me. And I do want to let you know that starting at midnight tonight, we will have another one of our discount parties starting from now through next Thursday. It goes for 8 days. So if you have some things on your wish list or you've got a list made of things that you want to get sometime and you're not ready to host a party yet, you can go ahead and get those things ordered tonight on our discount party or in the coming 8 days. It will close next week, and before the end of the month, it'll close on the 27th, I believe. That's the date. We're adding our tomatoes in now, guys. And now, after we get the tomatoes mixed around, I'm going to add our chili mix in there. But we haven't done a discount party in quite a while, so I thought it would be fun to do one here at the end. And then, to help you guys out, to help you save a little money, any of those items that you purchase from our end of winter sale that are 35% off, you'll get that discount, plus you'll get the discount for the party. So, and it can be up to 25% off. It depends on how many orders we get. So everybody jump in there and order, and we'll get that discount going, and then everybody will save some money. That's what I like. All right, so there's our chili mix added in. I'm just going to stir that up a little bit, and then we're going to add our water. We do add about 1.5 cups of water to this, and I am adding 2 cans of beans because I like to stretch the chili a little bit longer so we can have it for a couple of days. So we'll add some extra beans, plus that gives you a little extra protein. All right, let's add in that 1.5 cups of water. That helps us to get that mix dissolved. And then our 2 cans of beans are going in. And then we're just going to let this simmer on the stove for probably, I think it says for about 20 minutes or so. Let me just check the directions here and see. Oh, it says simmer for about 18 to 20 minutes. So our bread is going to be done shortly. We got just a few more minutes left on that. There goes our beans. And we're going to turn this back up, get it simmering, and then I'll turn it down. And I'm not sure, let's see if we're supposed to cover it. Uncovered, so we'll just leave the top off. And let it go. We'll let it simmer. Let me check my timer over here. Oh, we've only got 4 minutes left on our bread bowls. So you're going to get to see those coming out here in just a minute. I see some more friends that are joining me. I see Brenda's out there and Paulette and Brent. 2 different Brendas joined right almost at the same time. Hey ladies, glad you're joining me. We are making chili. I've got most of it done back here, but I'm going to tell you the secret to my chili is I use a chili meal mix that we have from Pampered Chef. You can get 3 packets of this for $11. And so it's just fabulous. I've made chili for years, and I still basically do my same recipe, but I add this in for the seasonings, and it is phenomenal. And then for some fun tonight, we have some bread bowls that we made out of pizza dough. And so if you're just joining me, you didn't see us make that, but you're going to get to see the result here in just a couple of minutes. They're almost done. So I'm just going to put a few things away here so I've got room to bring out that stone with our bread bowls on it in just a minute. When we hear it beeping, we will get that out. So anyway, I do want to remind you all again, if you just joined me, we do have a great sale going right now, and I am starting a discount party tomorrow. I will be posting the link on here on our group here in just a few minutes. when I post the recipes and everything that I've done tonight, I will post the shopping link. It will be open at midnight or 1 a.m. tonight because it actually starts tomorrow. And so, but you can shop early in the wee hours of the morning, or you can shop tomorrow anytime. The party will be open through the 27th, almost the last day of the month. So you can get your order in then, and order as soon as you can. And because let me tell you a little bit about how this discount party works for those of you that have not joined one before. It's on table. You can join. You can look around, watch all the videos, look at all the sales stuff, and then you can place an order from right there. Now, your order will not go in until midnight on the 27th. That's when your card will be charged. That's when your order will go in. And that's when the final discount will be added at that time. So you don't have to worry. And if you put your order in and it says there's no discount yet, or there's only a 2% discount, don't worry. That's not the final discount. And your card is not being charged until the party goes in at midnight on the 27th. So, and hopefully, we get some orders in there. We'll have a nice discount, because I got some things I'm going to be ordering too, and that I want to get before the month ends, because it's on sale. So check out our sale items. Just check out everything. And if you have some things that you're wanting to get. Now, if you've got a lot of things you want to get, something big, don't forget, March is going to be a phenomenal month to host your own party. And I'm only doing virtual parties now, or catalog parties. Unless you live real close by, I will think about coming to your house and cook if that's what you want. But the virtual party is where it's at. It's super easy for my hostesses and for the guests. Everybody loves them because they don't have to go anywhere. I don't know what it is about people anymore. They don't want to get out of the house, and I'm kind of like that too. But it's a great way to party. Still get to see all the products, watch videos. I usually post my live on there too from Wednesday, so you get to see me cook a little bit anyway. And so, but it's a fun way to party. And in March, if you are the hostess, you can have your choice of any item in the whole book, including, this will be all the new stuff coming out, and you can get that as your 60% off item, in addition to your half price items and your free. And remember, it only takes $200 to have a party and get that 60% off item. It's beeping. Let's check this out. I'm going to turn you around a little bit here so you'll be able to see what the bread bowls look like. And I'm going to set them down right out here. Let me grab my mitts, and we're going to turn everything off because they are nice and brown. I can see them through the glass. All right. So they look beautiful. They did that one came unwound a little bit, but hey, we're just going to eat it. It's not, it doesn't have to be perfect. But I want you to look at those. And all this was, we had a roll of canned, those refrigerated pizza doughs that you can buy at the grocery store or in the canned biscuit section. And I did not unroll it like I was making a pizza. I just got it out of the can and I cut it into thirds. And then I pressed it down to make about a 4-inch roll. And so now I put a little olive oil on top, and I shredded some fresh Parmesan, and now you see our little bread bowls. And we're gonna put one of these in a bowl that will hold the bread bowl and some chili, and I'm gonna slice the top off. I'm gonna let these cool just a minute, and then we will be slicing the top off. Let me see how hot. Yeah, they're pretty hot. So anyway, we're just going to kind of take our knife and just kind of cut off the top part. See if I can hold it without burning myself. And then we'll lay that over to the side. Now what we'll do next, when it cools a little bit, I'm going to hollow out a little bit of the bread right there. Of course, I'm going to keep that bread in my bowl because I love bread. But I'm going to hollow that out, and then we'll put chili in there to serve it up. And I will post a picture of how that looks. I have another friend out there, Miss Denise from over in North Carolina. How are you, lady? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's getting back to normal over there in your area. I see I've got Miss Terry, my Mary Kay lady, just joined me. Hello, hello. Did you get any snow at your house, Terry? We got just a little bit, but it sure was pretty this morning, wasn't it? Anyway, guys, it's 6:30, so I'm getting ready to eat. My chili is simmering away back here, and I will post a picture of recipes and also a picture of the food so you can see how it looks when we put that chili in the bread bowl. But remember, watch for me to post the link. You can start shopping about 1 a.m. in the morning if you're up at that hour. If not, whenever you get up tomorrow, you can start shopping on our discount party and take advantage of those sales that we have, and then there'll be another discount added to the sale price. So get in on that, ladies, and I will talk to you later. Have a great evening with your family. Bye.